We're starting to go, we're starting to have a broadcast. Oh yeah, we're starting to go, we're starting to have a broadcast. Oh yeah, we're starting to go, we're starting to have a broadcast. A broadcast, a broadcast. We're having a live broadcast. We're having a live broadcast, and you are welcome here. We are sharing our gratitude. We're sharing our love. We're sharing the things below, the great things above. It's a love morning gratitude fest. It's a love morning with you. If you've got some gratitude in your heart, share it. That's what we do. Welcome. Welcome to Love Morning. I am John Halcyon Stin. You can call me pal, or buddy, or schmookins, whatever you like. Welcome to Love Morning, a daily practice of recognizing that we are connected, we are more alike than we are different, and aligning our day in the direction of kindness, connection, presence, gratitude. So if you've got something that you're grateful for, share it. It is so wonderful to have opportunities to reflect on others' gratitude, and maybe it inspires us to think about things that we are grateful for. Let's see. Good morning, Gerbot. Gerbot says, I love me some love mornings. Cliff says, good morning, schmookins. Well, good morning, Cliff. How wonderful to see you. I am live on Facebook and YouTube, so you might hear me say hello to somebody and you don't see their name. Don't worry. It's not the voices in my head. Maybe I won't say black and white. It could be the voices in my head, but generally it's just someone on a different platform. Guten Morgen, Pierre. Or Guten Mittag, I should say. And hey, Janet. Janet saying good morning from New York. Grateful to see wonderful friends here on my visit. Yay, thank you, Janet. So we got Janet in New York, Pierre in Amsterdam. I am in San Diego, California, where it is a drizzly morning. Which I generally like drizzle. I like overcast. I just got back from my trip to Catalina, and I had all this anxiety leading up to it that it was going to be so hot and I was going to be miserable, and it was overcast and drizzly the entire time. I loved it, which makes me think, what am I doing living in San Diego? Perhaps the Pacific Northwest will welcome me with cold, wet arms. If you are here live or watching this recording, share something you're grateful for. Say hello, where are you from? I am grateful that I have a doctor's appointment today. I had to make it like a month ago. I'm like, what was hurting a month ago? It still hurts? I'm grateful that a friend let me know that there is a eclipse festival happening in 2024 in Texas. It is supposed to be the last time that a full eclipse will be visible in the U.S. in my lifetime. And I had a really intense, beautiful experience viewing the eclipse in Oregon. I don't know how many years ago was that. I don't know if anybody remembers that. There was a festival that I went to. I brought the Hugmobile there, and it was put on by the Symbiosis folks. It's called the Eclipse Festival, I think. Anyway, anyone remember that? Anyone witnessed the full eclipse when it happened? I knew that it was going to be a visual experience, but it was so much more than that. Anyone else experience a full eclipse ever? Have a little gratitude for that? I as the darkness approached, I found my body started shaking, and I started uncontrollably crying. It was like something was acting upon me, like I was some reptile, and my body was being controlled by nature in a way that I was way beyond my control. It was really intense and incredible. Gerbot says, I'm grateful I got to see the solar eclipse on the east shore of Pyramid Lake many years ago and got to camp there too. Nice. And Pierre says, oh, wow, you were there? I missed that, but so many friends were involved. Yeah, I mean, the festival itself had some struggles. I'm glad that I got there. I didn't get there early. The people that got there early were like in line for multiple days and had to like shit on the buckets and stuff. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm here to talk about gratitude. Derek, good morning. Derek says, I'm grateful for the home that I share with my person. I'm thankful that she has close friends that hold her in ways that I can't. My ability to organize and make our space nicer has me full of excitement and joy. What a beautiful gratitude, Derek. Thank you. That's great. And what a beautiful appreciation for the resources and friends that the person in your life has. Sometimes it's easy to feel threatened or inadequate when we can't provide things or when people need others. And I think it's so wonderful to find joy in others' networks and resources and the love that people can find in other places. That's love. That's not, attachment. When you can feel joy from how someone else is getting joy, even if you don't give it to them. Thank you, Derek. And when I say joy, I saw someone asked yesterday, like, what's the difference between joy and pleasure? I didn't answer their question online, but my thought was, well, joy isn't always like pleasure pleasure feels good. Well, let me tell you. I think you can be in a joyous space even if you are mourning or crying or hurting. I think joy is a state of alignment and appreciation for the human experience, whereas pleasure, I think pleasure is more of just a positive, serotonin-y. Maybe I need to work on my vocabulary. Anyone else have anything that they are grateful for? I'm grateful for a post I saw this morning from Bill, and he was asking about, he made a post where he was bummed out that people were not saying thank you when he helped them. And he was frustrated. One, he was frustrated that people were not saying thank you, and he was not being appreciated for his gifting. And then he posted about that, and a bunch of people jumped on him, and so that he was feeling like an ass for wanting someone to say thank you. And so I just replied to him, so it's on my mind. So I want to thank Bill for the opportunity to think about it. And just, general thoughts on gifting in response to that, which is that when someone says thank you, when somebody eats the food you make and they go, oh, this is so good, when somebody opens your present and they say, oh, thank you, or when you pick up in the airport and they say, thank you so much, you made this day so much better. That feels awesome, and that really fuels the magnification of gifting magic. When you have +1+1 of feeling good that you did something good, they feel good that something good happened to them. That's when the magic of gifting really happens. But if you are attached to the thank you, if you need the thank you to feel good about what you're doing, then you are slipping into a transactional mentality. And then it doesn't feel as good when you're like, man, am I not being appreciated? Am I being taken advantage of? And there's nothing wrong with having that thought, but to really be in a true gifting state, you have to be like, I am doing this because I am one who gifts. I'm doing this because I feel good knowing I have done this good thing. And then if somebody appreciates it, it's a bonus. But if I have resentment when I don't get that, then I do have an expectation attached to it. I have an attachment and that is quid pro quo. No, a tit for tat. I don't know what the right word is, but there is a transactional nature to that does make it slip out of gifting. And if you are doing things from a gifting place and it doesn't feel good, doesn't feel rewarding, you do feel taken advantage of, stop. Find some way of gifting that does feel good. And there might be some people that you gift to that don't say thank you, but it still feels good. Like, you can give time, attention, a bottle to a child, and they don't say, thank you for this food, or thank you for playing with me. But it still feels good to give your time, attention, and resources to a child. You don't have an expectation that they are going to appreciate your labor or your finances or anything like that. And you could give to maybe someone who's experiencing homelessness. Now, would it feel great if they said, thank you, you really helped me out? Yes. Would it still feel good to know that person is eating a warm meal? Yes. But nothing wrong with deciding that I like appreciation. Nothing wrong with that. So there's no Bill had asked, am I an asshole for wanting to be thanked? No. Derek says, what an unexpected, delightful way to start this day. Thank you for being you and for sharing. Well, thank you for that appreciation. It was not expected. I had no attachment to it, and yet it feels great. So thank you, Derek. And thank you for being a part of this day and sharing your gratitude. Look at that. We get to amplify one another's gratitude. That's why I love group gratitudes, which I do every day in Zoom. You're always welcome. It's free. You can go to zoom.hugnation.com for details on the times and the links, and get to hear other people share gratitude every day. It's really part of it is the core of my spiritual practice. Cliff says, I'm grateful for doctors too. Recent blood work came out with a total normal results. Yay for normalness when it comes to blood results, and non-normal in most other things. Scheduled for hernia surgery though, appreciating the knowledge of surgeons who can fix us up and get us out of pain. I had a surgery for a hernia. They did not put a patch on. They just stitched it up, and I popped those stitches within a month. But no big deal. I just push it back in every so often, a couple times a day. Maybe that's not what you wanted to hear, Cliff. I'm sure your surgery is going to go perfect. My surgery went perfect. It just didn't last because it was a very minor surgery, and they said they'd rather just err on the side of less risk, less complications, but they also was less effective as a healing or as a solution to my hernia. Oh, but I could talk about my hernia all day long. Cliff also said, I witnessed the partial eclipse you are referencing from Flagstaff, Arizona. Looking forward to the full eclipse here in Texas next year. Yeah. My understanding is the difference between a partial and full is pretty significant. I've only experienced a full once, and it was an experience like nothing I've ever. I mean, it was a visceral, physical reaction. I was sober, and there was tons of people around me that were crying, like tons of people just were uncontrollably crying. It makes me think about what you hear these stories about, when an eclipse happened, thousands of years ago, like how crazy that would be. How you could start a religion around it, or, yes, it was unsettling in a beautiful way. Good morning, Kayla. If you have some gratitude, we'd love to hear it. I'm grateful that you're here. We're going to just have a hug in just a minute or so, And then we'll go on to our days knowing that we are not alone, that we are more alike than we are different, and that we have the ability to be love ambassadors. Right now, you are fully qualified. I am deputizing you as a love ambassador, and all you need to do is take the person you are right now with all your fucked up things and your flaws and your perfect little imperfections, and just when you have the opportunity, just show a little kindness and connection and say, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Look that cashier in the eyes and say, thank you. A sincere hello and thank you sprinkled through your day. I testify that it will make you feel different. When you have the instinct to look down as you pass a stranger and instead you look up and say, good morning. When you keep practicing it, then you notice that the person in front of you has to put an item back because they can't afford that third can of soda. You go, you know what? Let me grab that. Let me get that for you. Those are the gifting things. Even if they don't say thank you, that's the gifting experience that you feel like, look who I am. I'm someone who gifts. And you will remember, and the people around you will see that, and then you just became an ambassador spreading beautiful vibes into the world. Woo! Kalia has we're going to send you some healing good mojo vibes for your eye. Ooh. Derek says he's already got a place in Vermont ready for the next eclipse, for the first full eclipse. Pretty excited. Yay! Awesome. And Carolyn is here. Good morning, Carolyn. Carolyn is grateful. I'm going to do better today than yesterday. Boom! Oh, Kyla. Thank you. Thank you, Kyla. And I will probably mess it up again, so thank you for your patience in advance. Derek says, spending a moment to actually see them while allowing them to see you. Yes, that's how to be a love ambassador. Yes. All right. Well, in this moment, even though we are connected through these bizarre but miraculous digital ways, we'll just take a moment to see one another, to remember that we're all doing our best. We're humaning the best we can with what we got, and knowing that everyone else is doing the same. Even if they're making decisions that seem contrary to what is right to you, know that they're doing the best they can with what they got, with their upbringing and their pressures and their insecurities and their traumas. That's the best they can do. Doesn't mean you have to like it. Doesn't mean you let them do something that you find harmful, or you try to block them or stop them or imprison them. These are all reasonable reactions, but there is some peace in acknowledging that people are doing the best they can do. So there's no reason to be angry at someone. You can, from a place of peace, disapprove and still find the ability to love that person and be a love ambassador. Not these people here. We are all doing it right? We're the good guys in this story. So let's take a moment and appreciate one another, appreciate all these beautiful bits of gratitude that we've shared. Grateful for a future eclipse that we'll get to experience, hopefully. And grateful for this day ahead of us where we get to practice being the people that we want to be, and knowing that there is this deep sense of purpose simply from being the person that you want to be. You don't have to do anything. I mean, saying hello to people, I guess that counts as doing, but first, I'm a person that is kind and connecting, and then you have an opportunity and do what that person would do, which is say hello. Ta-da. So simple. Sometimes it's not easy, but with baby steps, it just little gestures every day adds up to a lot. And you're fully qualified right now. No reason to wait. Don't have to figure your shit out. Don't have to get your job in a certain place. You don't have to get your relationship to a certain place, your body into a certain place. Fully qualified right now. So I am grateful for you. Let's have a hug and then hit our day. So wherever you are, give yourself a big squeeze and embrace this body of yours. And as you feel yourself being held, know that it's me holding you and all the people here today holding you, and you're holding us, connecting to this place to beyond the physical, in a place of intention. It doesn't matter where your feet are. It matters where your heart is. And in this moment, we are connected in a place that I like to call Hug Nation. So let's take a deep breath in and squeeze one another. Hold it. Release. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and each one of you beautiful love ambassadors, thank you for being here for this love morning and being a part of Hug Nation. I love you. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. And maybe even, am I going to miss gratitude at noon today? I might, because I'm going to be at the doctor's. But I will be there at 6 p.m. and other people will be there at noon. Every day at noon and 6 and 3 in the morning, you can go to Zoom and share gratitude with beautiful people. Thank you, Derek. I look forward to a hug as well. Thank you, Gerbot. Thanks, Cliff and Kyla. And hi, Jennifer. And Carolyn. And I think probably Pierre and Janet are on with their day, but wonderful to share this with all of you. I love you.